basement of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Vault, your host with the most, Jersey Joe, back, and it's time to get into Super Bowl 49. Last year, I sat here with Big Shot Rob, and we broke down the Super Bowl, and I had only my second wrong pick in the last, probably 10 years. So it was devastating. So it was crucial to get it right. Now, I bragged about it many times. Don't want to say I'm a psychic. I am a little bit. But I did pick on August 27th, the Super Bowl correctly. I did pick Patriots-Seahawks with the Patriots winning the whole thing. Now, my heart tells me the Seahawks. My head partially tells me the Patriots. Now, it's unfortunate that this whole cheating Spygate thing, Deflategate, Spygate, whatever, the Patriots are cheaters. We all understand it. It's unfortunate that that's kind of really had to take a lot of the luster away from this for me, but I've talked enough about that. We'll get into the eventual game. I'm sure as soon as the game's over, that's when the NFL is going to pick up the phone and learn how to call Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But that's enough of that. Let's get into the game now. The only thing I'm concerned of from the Seahawks is their receivers. Now, I think a big mismatch in this game is Darrelle Revis and Brandon Browner in their secondary. I think they have a major advantage in New England. I just don't feel too confident. Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse, these aren't big-time playmakers. Now, Baldwin's got a little bit more size than Kearse is not a big guy receiver. He's a little slot guy. I just think if these are the two guys you're going to depend on for throwing the football, you're in a little bit of trouble. Now, beast mode, you got to feed the beast. Huge key to this game. We all understand it. We know they're going to do it. It's going to be, can the Patriots stop it, is the running game. Marshawn Lynch is going to be a huge part of this game, but so will Russell Wilson throwing the football. We saw in that Packer game, and my dad and I were talking about this, and we couldn't understand why they weren't doing it more. But Russell Wilson, when he runs the read option and he runs the football, he can't be stopped because one thing he does better as a runner than any other quarterback is he runs at the best opportunities, and he doesn't get hit. He doesn't take the big hits. He's smart when he does it. And when he runs the read option, he's running it at the perfect time because he's a very smart quarterback. He understands the game. He understands what the defense is showing him, and he's going to take advantage of that. He is going to be huge, Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson running the ball. Now, you look at the numbers defensively, and they're about what you would expect. New England's the 9th best rushing defense, 13th total defense, and 17th in passing. And in Seattle, the numbers are just phenomenal. 1st in total defense, 3rd in rushing defense, and 1st in passing defense. So Seattle's defensively, we all understand how good they are. Some of their guys are banged up, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, but I just think, say what you will about the guys. Some people hate them. Some people love them. I just think you can't take anything away from them as players. They're just guys who live for big moments like this. I think the injuries are going to be there, but I just think this moment is too big and they're going to overcome it. They're going to be there to play. And I think, look, both these teams really are very heavily focusing on running the football. LeGarrette Blount they've fed him this entire postseason, and he's run the ball very, very well. But Seattle, I really think I like about them in this game, why I'm leaning towards them more to win, is I just think you look at them defensively, and the teams that have given the Patriots the most problems are extremely aggressive defensively. The one thing you say about Tom Brady, aside from the fact that he's a cheater and he did cheat, is that he hates when he gets hit. I think you just watch his body language when he starts getting pressured and he starts getting hits on the ground. You just watch his whole expression changes. Seattle is a team where they're going to get in your face. I just think if Seattle sets the tone early and they start hitting Brady, they start getting him on the ground, making him uncomfortable, something's going to go in their favor because you just see it. There's teams that are just play ultra conservative and they're just not aggressive enough when they play New England. Baltimore has done it consistently, and that's why they've always given the Patriots so many problems. They're tough, they hit you in the mouth, and they don't apologize for it. Seattle's got that same type of mindset. I think they're going to bring the pain. They've got to. They've got to make Brady uncomfortable. They've got to get to him, because if they do, and they definitely have the ability to do so, Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett, I think they have great guys who can rush the passer. I think in that regard, they've got a pretty good shot here. Now, the one thing from New England is they haven't thrown the ball a ton down the field. I think one thing Seattle's definitely going to try to do is try to make them beat them with the deep pass. Now, if you have to beat them with the deep ball, that's a problem, because we understand Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, these guys are just, there's no one better who are better ball hawks in the NFL than they are. They can just have the ability to play the ball so well. They play the receiver. They can match you physically. They have everything, every skill that you need to shut down a big guy. Now, Gronkowski, of course, is a huge piece of this game, but Cam Chancellor, I think, if there's anybody up to the test of helping neutralize him or at least limit his production, it's Cam Chancellor. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. He's strong. He's got all the ball skills. He's got the speed to keep up with him. It's going to be excellent. I mean, it's a great matchup. It is. Aside from all this bad controversy that's followed the game, it is a very good matchup. I think the thing for Seattle is what's going to happen on offense. Are you going to be able to get production in the passing game? And the key for them, though, is just Marshawn Lynch. The key to this game for the whole game is Marshawn Lynch. If he can run the ball, Seattle can open up the passing game. That'll help them out big time. I just think they're going to have a lot of success. It'll be a good game, though, but I am making the pick officially as of right now with the Seattle Seahawks. Every year, I buy the jersey of the team that I think is going to win, and yesterday, my Russell Wilson jersey arrived. Now, I've got to make up for last year picking the Denver Broncos. It was devastating, only the second loss. Left a bad taste in my mouth, so I've got to make up for it. Now, it makes me a little nervous because I picked on August 27th New England to win the Super Bowl. So you would think if you picked it that early in the season, before the season had even started, you would ride it out. But I just can't do it. I mean, in my heart, I want the Seahawks to win this game. I think when you lay everything out in front of you, it's pretty even. The matchups, I mean, the Patriots have a lot of pluses in their side. The Seahawks have a lot of pluses in their side. It's very even. They both have weaknesses that can be exploited in this game. It should be very good. It will most likely be much closer. I mean, let's be honest. Last year was pretty bad. I mean, the game was over early. We just were sitting there waiting for hopefully something exciting to happen, and it never did. It was a Seattle rout. I think this year, much closer, but the Seattle Seahawks will do something that we have not seen in a long time. Bring home and repeat as champions. Now, it's so hard to do, and it's so impressive that they got back here. And because we all understand, in the NFL today, building a roster is extremely difficult. Holding on to talent is even more difficult because with the salary cap, with all other things, with the amount you've got to pay a franchise quarterback, there's not a lot of room to have a lot of depth on your team. Seattle's had the luxury of not having to pay their quarterback a lot of money. He will get paid this offseason. Let's make no doubt about that. Russell Wilson is going to break bank this offseason, but it's just shown you, I mean, when you have that ability, you can it helps your roster phenomenally. I mean, and you have to. I mean, they've shown we see there's no way to get around it. For a franchise starting quarterback, you have to pay top dollar. There's nothing you can do about it. But you see, with the Seattle Seahawks, what having that flexibility can do for you. I mean, it's just phenomenal. But that's the way the NFL works today. You've got to pay your quarterback. There's nothing you can do about it. Everyone's going to get paid. So is Russell Wilson. But you've just seen having this roster, I mean, it's just been phenomenally well. I mean, Seattle, what they have on offense, what they have on defense, what they're able to have on special teams is something that is all a result because they're not paying so much of their investment is not in one quarterback, and it's just helped them phenomenally. But it will be very exciting. It'll be cool, I'll be honest. I mean, for Seattle's a good franchise. I mean, if you really don't have a rooting interest in this game, I would find most people hard not to root for Seattle, just because, I mean, you look at the fan base, you look at the players. Some of the players are a little bit loudmouths, but I mean, for the most part, if you look at a guy like Russell Wilson, there's not a lot not to like about the guy. I mean, Russell Wilson's just a class act, one of my favorite players in the NFL. I just want, with all my heart, the Seattle Seahawks to take home the Super Bowl trophy. Because let's be honest, if New England does win this game, and they have an extremely good opportunity to do so, it's not going to feel the same way for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to say, well, it's just marked in controversy. The whole Deflategate thing, how they got here. It won't be the same. It won't feel genuine. It'll be always marked. It'll have a black mark on the Super Bowl. And I'll be honest, I don't want that to happen. Seattle came here. They fought. They did things the right way. And for that reason alone, I want them to win this game, and I think they will win this game. That is going to do it for this coverage of Super Bowl 49. Very exciting time. It's always one of the most exciting sports weekends of the year. Cannot wait for the game. It will be excellent. We'll be tweeting all about it at SportsVault Iona. Check me out there. Thank you for listening. We will be back with some NBA action soon, so stay with us and be right back.